The earth trembled, and in an instant, lives were forever changed. On March 28, 2025, a powerful earthquake ripped through the heart of Southeast Asia, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. The epicenter near Mandalay, Myanmar's second-largest city, was a stark reminder of the immense power that lies beneath the Earth's surface. Registering a magnitude of 7.7, the quake was shallow, only 10 kilometers deep, amplifying its destructive force. The impact was immediate and catastrophic. Buildings crumbled, roads buckled, and a sense of panic gripped the region. The initial quake was followed just minutes later by a powerful 6.4 magnitude aftershock, compounding the damage and terror. The tremors were felt far and wide, reaching across borders and sending shockwaves through communities hundreds of miles away. As the dust settled, a horrifying reality began to emerge. The scale of the disaster was immense, with the death toll rising rapidly. Myanmar, already grappling with internal strife, found itself facing a new enemy, a natural disaster of unprecedented proportions. The international community watched in horror, bracing for the long road to recovery that lay ahead. Myanmar, already burdened by political turmoil, now faced the grim reality of widespread destruction. The earthquake's epicenter near Mandalay, a city steeped in history and culture, transformed its architectural treasures into piles of rubble. The iconic Masoi Yani monastery, a symbol of faith and resilience, lay in ruins, a testament to the quake's unforgiving power. Casualty figures painted a grim picture. Myanmar's military government confirmed over 140 deaths, with the number expected to rise significantly as rescue workers struggled to reach those trapped beneath the debris. Hospitals, already stretched thin, were inundated with the injured, their resources overwhelmed by the sheer scale of the disaster. Beyond the immediate casualties, the quake's impact on Myanmar's infrastructure was devastating. Roads and bridges, lifelines connecting communities, were rendered impassable, hindering access for aid and rescue efforts. The collapse of a dam near Mandalay unleashed floodwaters, adding another layer of misery to the already dire situation. As darkness fell, thousands huddled in makeshift shelters, their homes reduced to rubble. Fear and uncertainty filled the air as aftershocks continued to rattle the region, a constant reminder of the devastating power that had been unleashed. The true extent of the damage remained unclear, a nation left reeling in the wake of unimaginable loss. The earthquake's reach extended beyond Myanmar's borders, sending shockwaves into neighboring Thailand. While not the epicenter, Thailand felt the tremor's impact, particularly in its bustling capital, Bangkok. The city, known for its towering skyscrapers and vibrant street life, was brought to a standstill as the ground swayed beneath its feet. Panic surged through the streets as people fled their homes and offices, seeking safety in open spaces. The iconic Chatuchak market, usually a hive of activity, stood eerily silent, its usual cacophony replaced by the sounds of sirens and the anxious whispers of those gathered nearby. Tragically, the earthquake claimed lives in Thailand as well. A 33-story building under construction near the Chatuchak market collapsed, trapping workers and nearby residents beneath tons of concrete and steel. Rescue workers raced against time, their efforts hampered by the building's instability and the constant threat of aftershocks. Bangkok, declared a disaster area, faced the daunting task of assessing the damage and tending to the injured. Public transportation, the lifeblood of the city, ground to a halt, its elevated train lines and subway system shut down as a precaution. As night fell, the city that never sleeps was shrouded in darkness, its skyline punctuated by the flashing lights of emergency vehicles. In the wake of the devastating earthquake, a desperate race against time began. Rescue workers, both local and international, converged on Myanmar and Thailand, their mission to find survivors amidst the rubble and provide aid to those in need. The challenges were immense, with time, logistics, and the sheer scale of the disaster working against them. Myanmar's ongoing internal conflict added another layer of complexity to the relief efforts. Access to affected areas was hampered by damaged infrastructure and in some cases restricted by the ruling military junta. The international community faced the delicate task of navigating these political sensitivities while ensuring aid reached those who needed it most. Despite the obstacles, stories of hope and resilience emerged from the disaster zone. First responders worked tirelessly, pulling survivors from collapsed buildings and providing medical care to the injured, Ordinary citizens, their own lives turned upside down, reached out to help their neighbors, sharing food, water, and whatever shelter they could find. The international community responded swiftly, with pledges of aid and support pouring in from around the world. Governments, NGOs, and individuals rallied to provide financial assistance, medical supplies, and logistical support. The road to recovery would be long and arduous, but the outpouring of compassion